G'day guys, welcome back to the show for men. Today we're going to take a look at a video by your wingman, good old Anna Jorgensen, Yorgo. I've covered a few of her videos in the past on my previous channel. I don't mind her content. I think it's not a hard listen like a lot of these other women that we talk about on this channel. I think she provides some really good tips and insights as to what men should actually look out for, just to identify if things are more or less on the way out. And a lot of us guys, we realize these things when we do a post-mortem. You go through the stages of it, and as it's happening, you're completely blind to it, or you're a bit confused about what's going on. So the original video's in the video description, as always. We'll jump into it, and I'll give you my 2 cents periodically.
Seeing is keeping her options open while still with you. Well, it might be that you're dealing with a monkey brancher, a red pill term for when a woman leaps from one relationship to another without fully letting go of the previous one. Think of it as a bad game of leapfrog with emotions instead of frogs.
All right. All right. So I'm going to stop this. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. So let's talk about it. We all know this theory. I've experienced this many times, especially dating after divorce. So I've spoken about what red pilled me. So the divorce experience, that was the start. I wouldn't say it red pilled me, it just smacked the glasses off about life off my face. Dating women for years after divorce and separations, and just seeing how they treat men with a different lens, like with my eyes open. I was out there with my eyes open, analyzing, watching, learning, adapting. That's what red pilled me. And so all of these things, especially when before I was married, I was womanizing a lot for many years. When I put together what I learnt in that time period after divorce, alongside all the experiences I had as a younger guy, that was the red pilling. There's no looking at them the same again. So let's talk about monkey branching. Because this happened to me heaps of times. So I knew it was happening all the time. Even people say, oh, well, it's not monkey branching if you're dating and whatever. So you go out with women, you might strike up what you'd call a pseudo relationship. You know the ones I'm talking about, where nothing's overly highly committed or anything like that, but you're seeing each other a couple of times a week. You're enjoying all the benefits, all the good points of what a relationship could give you, but you haven't had the talk yet, right? She hasn't brought it up yet. All of a sudden, for whatever reason, and this happened to me a lot of times, it was for whatever reason, another option must come along for them. They pretty abruptly end things. Now, either they don't talk to you, they just disappear. Or they'll say, oh, hey, I can't see you now. I've sort of started seeing somebody else, blah, 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 blah. There's always somebody else in the background, guys. And it isn't just one person who might come by and get their attention. There's an army of dudes. You need to understand the access to men and attention and options that women have. Now, is it for sincere relationships? A lot of the time it's not. So, they do misdiagnose that. They don't realise when it's either Brycey or Steve-O who's trying to be a bit of a weasel and get with a chick who's sort of already half seen a guy. They think the guy, whatever he's saying and gassing her up with, is going to be the truth in her experience once she gets rid of you.
Let's dive into 7 signs she might be monkey branching and how to teach her a lesson. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anna Jorgensen. I help men decode modern women so you can find, attract, and keep your keeper, or simply have better relationships with women if you prefer to stay single. Welcome to Just the Tip. Okay, now while the term monkey branching typically refers to women doing a little tree switcheroo, men can also show these signs in relationships if they're scoping out whatever else is out in the jungle. Okay, sign number 1. She's secretive about her phone. If your girlfriend is super protective about her phone and hiding it from view, or quickly changes screens when you walk in, she might be keeping something from you. It's like she's trying to protect a top secret file, but it's actually just a new romantic prospect she doesn't want you to see. Now, this behavior can be a major red flag, suggesting she might be keeping her options open while still in a relationship with you. If you notice this, it's time to ask some direct questions to see if her actions match her words. Example, you notice she frequently puts her phone face down and seems overly cautious about who's texting her. Turns out she's chatting with some new interest on the side, using your relationship as a backup plan. When you confront her, she has the nerve to act surprised. How to deal? Don't go snooping. Instead, address your concerns directly. Ask her about the secrecy in a calm manner and discuss boundaries. Gauge her reaction. If trust is already an issue, you might need to rethink the relationship. What this teaches her, she can trust you because you trust her to tell the truth. At the same time, you have expectations about what trust looks like for you in a relationship. What this teaches you, whether or not she's a team player. If you give someone the benefit of the doubt before making accusations, you learn how they react to a mature and reasonable discussion.
Good luck, man. Good luck in having a mature and reasonable discussion when you put a chick on the spot. Good luck with that. Women will lie, cheat, gaslight you. As much as I hate using these words, they will spin things around and then somehow make it your fault if they are put on the spot. I have exposed women doing heaps of dumb shit, heaps of dodgy stuff. And guess what? When you expose them, they just grey wall you. Stonewall you, whatever it is, grey rock. They don't speak to you. They speak nonsensical arguments back, complete denial. It's like having an argument with an 8-year-old who said, you caught them drawing with pencil on the wall. And they're trying to deny that they did it when they've got the pencil in their hand and all the pencil marks on their fingers. Good old benefit of the doubt.
2, she's suddenly busy all the time. Now, if her schedule is...
I'll tell you this right now. If a woman clams up, this is for anybody, man or woman. If anyone clams up when you touch their phone, you got your answer right there. If they're really uncertain, they get anxious, they're hovering around. Say you've gone, oh, sorry, I don't have my phone on me. Can I just open your phone to Google the weather or something? I don't know. Or put in something in Google Maps. And they clam up and they you can tell there's a lot of anxiety in the air. You have your answer. They're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. I can tell you that as someone who's done it. I've been I was juggling many women at the same time. These exact same things happen to me. You might not be clever enough to cover your tracks, or have enough forethought to cover your tracks. And a woman unexpectedly asks to see your phone, or as I said, Google something, or whatever it may be, show you something funny, and you're like, uh-oh. You get nervous. You don't want them to see your phone. And so if you see no same behaviours from a woman, well, there you go. And I'm going to say most women are doing that. Not all women who are in relationships, but a lot of women have some guy who's still texting them on Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Snapchat, a hidden application somewhere that she's keeping tabs on and he's keeping tabs on her. There's always, I'm not going to say always, a lot of the time there's someone else. They're always talking. In their mind, they might just say, well, it's friends now. It could have been some guy she used to bang. But very disrespectful and still keeping tabs on someone when they're with you.
Suddenly packed with mysterious appointments, she might be fitting in time with someone else. And if she's canceling plans with you more frequently to make room for those appointments, it's a major red flag. Instead of feeling like a last-minute addition, take it as a sign she might be prioritizing someone else. Example, your girlfriend cancels plans and claims to be busy. You later find out she's making time for a new interest, and you realize that instead of just being busy, she could be juggling another relationship. It's a
mostly, so women don't have a lot of interests. That's something that I really noticed throughout this serial dating and going out with hundreds and hundreds of them and getting to know hundreds of them over the years. Their interests include going out for coffee, drinking wine, going out and eating food, traveling and seeing dudes. That's mostly what they do. And so if they start coming up with a new interest to validate time they're spending away with you, you need to probably be questioning that. Maybe ask if you can go along with them. All of a sudden they're doing a new yoga class at 8 o'clock in the morning that you've never heard of them doing. And that's fine, but it's always worth looking at that with a critical eye. And I don't think that's controlling. When things out of the blue, out of the normal behaviour patterns start arising that sort of raise a red flag. Like you could be sitting on the couch. I've had this before. You're there, maybe you're playing PlayStation, watching a movie, whatever it is. And all of a sudden they go, oh yeah, I'm just going out for a while to see someone, to see a friend. And you're like, oh, yep, no worries. You don't think about it. And then later you think about it. You go, hang on. that was weird. That doesn't normally happen before. I've been there and done that. And yeah, that particular person I was talking about was out doing the dirty. Guys think chicks don't do that they don't lie, they don't scheme, they don't go and live double lives. Having you is Mr. Safety Net. You're almost like her brother, a roommate living with her, getting minimal benefit, and she's out seeing dudes, doing all sorts of stuff. But women don't have interests. Another thing, guys, if a woman ever tells you this, you've got your answer. Oh, my phone went flat and I couldn't charge it overnight, and now I've just charged it in the morning, and that's why I'm contacting you. Something along those lines. Or I didn't have my phone on me, I left it in my bag all night. Women always have their phone in their hand. If not, they're always going to periodically check it. Women don't let their phone go flat. Very rare for that to actually happen. Sure, it could be a valid reason in fringe cases. Women and their phones, they'll find a way to charge that. They'll charge it their friends. They'll ask someone for a charger. They'll do it. Oh, no, I was really tired. I went to bed early at 6 o'clock at night. I just woke up. Yeah. Sorry I didn't return your missed calls. Straight up out, banging other dudes, especially if you're dating.
A wake-up call to reassess your priorities and not waste your time on. 3, she's avoiding serious conversations. If she dodges discussions about the future, it might mean she's keeping her other options open. Avoiding talks about long-term plans or future commitments suggests she's either avoidantly attached or not fully ready to invest in a relationship with you.
That's very interesting, because if those things are happening, most women are the ones that try and pressure for progress. So if that's not happening and they're avoiding it, you're just Mr. Comfort for now, but they're not. They're using you up for, it could be living with you rent free. You're helping them out with bills. You're helping them out to study. The list goes on. Guys get used up all the time, so keep your eyes peeled, because that is a huge red flag. I personally haven't experienced that. Every woman I've gotten somewhat serious with have been all about trying to lock me down pretty quick. So I would find that strange if a woman was avoiding that. I wouldn't care because it works for me. I'm not trying to get settled down, but for you guys that are, huge red flag.
4, the next one. She's acting distant and cold. If she becomes emotionally unavailable, she might be investing her feelings elsewhere. When someone starts to withdraw or becomes distant or seems uninterested in connecting on a deeper level, it can signal her heart, mind, and other parts are building loyalty elsewhere.
Other parts. Yeah, they're building loyalty to some other guy's schlong. But let's talk about that. This is probably the main one. I've experienced this on more than one occasion. I experienced it through going through the separation and all that stuff that led up to that, which was a real eye-opener. But also when women just disengage with you, even if you're dating with them for a couple of months. And the energy changes pretty quick. The keenness changes pretty quick. Because everything's pretty fickle, men and women on the dating apps. But I'm talking from the male perspective and what males experience. If a woman is not really talking to you anymore, is treating you with indifference, is being highly disrespectful. I'm talking about if you're living with them. Is not communicating with you. So women are women. Women are going to, every now and again, you can have the best chick in the world. They bug out. They flip out certain time of the month, certain hormone spikes, whatever it may be. Like these women really, they lose the plot every now and again. So if they're not going to talk to you about that or explain why, especially if you probe and they brush it off, nothing, there's a big problem there. They're unhappy with you and they're acting out. And they're not willing to make it work. I've experienced that firsthand. Worst experience of my life. Living with a woman for about a year or 6 months when I knew basically she just didn't want to borrow me. I couldn't get her out of my house. I was married to her. Her name was on the title of the house, stupidly. I was trapped. Walking around in your own house with someone who doesn't want to talk to you, is distant, finds any reason to go out, stay out late, guys, doing all the dodgy shit. Especially when it comes to dating, if they've gone from hot to cold, they've already found somebody else. As much as guys don't want to believe that women are out doing that sort of thing, women are the biggest multi-daters and plate spinners of all time, purely because of options. When I was out there, I was getting dropped all the time. I wasn't some guy with a 100% hit rate. I didn't care because for me, I was happy if that happened because, well, I got what I wanted out of it. And if it didn't last any longer, I was more than happy for them to eliminate themselves out of my life so I didn't have to deal with the drama of trying to get rid of someone who might really like me. Because as you know, guys, women can take things pretty harshly, especially if they're right into you, do all sorts of stuff, stalk you, all sorts of stuff. I've experienced all that too. So I was happy when they did it, but I experienced it a lot. And then all of a sudden you see them on Instagram or Facebook and they've got pictures with some other guy and they're out for dates or they're just straight up in a relationship with the dude like 2 days or 1 day after they cut you off. It's funny. It's an amazing thing. All right, guys, halfway through. If you're enjoying the content, please like, sub, comment. Let's get this channel growing. The aim is 10k subs to match the old G-Man Speaks TV channel, which this one is now replacing. So that'd be great if you guys can help me get there. Share with your friends. Like, comment. Let's get it out in the algo. Let's get it back to where it was and better than ever for a big 2025. Let's keep going.
Leaving you with less of her emotional attention and support. It's a sign she might not be as committed or invested in the relationship as you are. Example, your girlfriend becomes distant and disinterested in your conversations. You notice a lack of enthusiasm and engagement that is unusual for her. This shift in behavior is a clear indication her emotional focus might be directed elsewhere. When she starts to withdraw and seems less interested in your interactions, it can be a sign she's forming or nurturing other emotional connections, although not always. Now, how to deal? Communicate your concerns and see if she's willing to bridge the distance. If she's not open to fixing things, it might be time to move on. Being in a relationship where emotional availability is lacking can lead to ongoing frustration and heartache. Suppose your girlfriend is unwilling to engage in meaningful discussions about the issues and shows no interest in improving the situation. In that case, regardless of where her attention is focused elsewhere, it's a clear sign she might not be fully committed to the relationship.
It's a clear sign she absolutely isn't, guys. But the thing is too, women, once that switch is flipped, you can look it up. I'm not making this up. It's called the light switch effect. Do a bit of Googling about that. That'll set off a few memories for you potentially if you've dealt with women and they just turn off on you. Then nothing can bring them back. They get to a certain point, like, whatever it is, whether it's valid or not valid, to have certain grievances with you, they just switch that off. And I believe truly that's a survival mechanism. So if you think about like war brides and think about back in, 2000 BC and the barbarian tribes were invading a village and the woman's husband was taken down and she needs to survive. She needs someone to protect her. So they go off and they get with the Vikings that have invaded the village. It's no different to that. They switch off. That's how women move on so fast too. Guys can't comprehend it.
A new look, a sudden change in appearance might indicate she's trying to improve herself or her self-esteem because you have suddenly increased your relationship market value, like by getting a promotion, or it could mean she wants to impress someone new. If your girlfriend starts making drastic changes in how she dresses, grooms, or presents herself, it can be a sign she's focused on attracting someone else. This shift can be a strong indication her attention and efforts are now directed to someone else, rather than maintaining her current relationship with you. Now, such changes are often a red flag. She might be investing in another relationship or trying to catch the eye of a new interest.
I like how she skirts on it. Let's hear the example first, and then I'll give you my view on this.
Your girlfriend flaunts a new look and posts selfies online. This sudden change in appearance and social media activity is a clear sign her attention and efforts are now directed towards meeting someone new. It's a strong indication she might be investing in another relationship or at least seeking validation elsewhere.
Women seek validation elsewhere all the time. I can tell you from an experience that happened a few years ago. Not proud of this, but I was talking to this woman who I was very friendly with. She had shacked up with some guy. I never met him and never saw any photos of him, but She was like, oh, he's really smart and he's an entrepreneur. And he's obviously some guy who had a bit of money. He had a tech business or something like this, and he was quite successful at it. And he's let this chick move into his house, etc. And she was trying to send me spicy messages all the time, wanting to jump on the webcam with me all the time, wanting to come and see me when she was down in the state. She was living in the state. This guy would have had no idea. And women live double lives too. Technology. That's why I'm very cynical about everything, because I've done these things too. I've seen it firsthand. I'm not just making stuff up and repeating what other people say. I've done it multiple times. And this isn't a brag. I'm just giving you my life experience. I've had a checkered past. I've done some good things. I've done some bad things. But I've seen it. And while I might have done bad things, there's always a woman on the other end of those bad things, right? So there's two people partaking. It isn't just, as society will say, it's the guy. Well, why'd you go and sleep with a married woman? It's like, well, hang on. She was married. She made the choice. She looked for it. Anyway, so let's talk about that. So women, absolutely, I can agree with this. So say you're living with a woman, you get comfortable. You're always used to seeing each other walk around in tracky pants, and maybe she just wears active wear out. Maybe you're the fit sort of couple. I don't know. I'm talking from my own experience. Everywhere you go out, she looks nice, but, she isn't fully done up or anything like that. And all of a sudden they start going out, and without you, for girls' lunches, for girls' catch-ups, and fully done up to the nines. And you might go, oh, you're really done up. Well, who's going to be there? And they give you some bullshit story, and you say, oh, you're pretty done up for that. And they're like, oh, well, it's just for the girls. You want to feel nice when you go out. So when women tell you that stuff, it's BS. They go, no, women dress for each other. No, they're out looking for attention from it. If there was no guys there, they'll be rolling around in their hoodies outside. So validation seeking is what I'm talking about. So they do it in person as well. They go, okay, think about this. Your girlfriend, wife, whatever, goes out for girls' drinks. That's a red flag in itself, especially past a certain age. They dress right up. Hair done, makeup done, new dress. They're excited. Perfumes all over them. They're excited. You can feel like they're excited to go out. It's to get attention from men. Straight up. There's no other reason. So if they're doing that sort of stuff, yeah, alarm bells, especially if you're in a rut, like you're a bit boring, I don't know. Like life gets boring, right? Life's mundane. Life isn't exciting all the time. Majority of your life is spent going to work, coming home, doing chores, plonking yourself down, vegging out, and every now and again you go and do something exciting. And so if you're in that rut where you feel like you're not doing anything, and she's starting going out and dressing like that, well, red flags, boys.
How to deal. Ask about the motive.
There's no point asking. They're never going to tell you. If something's going on, you will be gaslit. As I like to hate that way, but women are the masters of that, and they'll say, "Oh, you're just insecure" and all that, and sort of attack your masculinity until a point, so you won't ask again. I've had that happen. You're like, "Oh, okay," like they make out like you're worried you're not man enough for her, and that's why she's going out doing those things. They sort of do a bit of a psyop on you, so you won't question it. You won't question it anymore. Very clever. Very clever.
Next up. She's less available for physical intimacy. A drop in physical affection could mean she's reserving her affection for someone else. Or, if she's over 40, possibly dealing with perimenopause or menopause, which can seriously impact a woman's libido, as can stress. However, when physical touch and closeness decrease significantly, it may also be a sign she's investing her emotional and physical energy elsewhere. If your girlfriend is suddenly less affectionate or seems to be holding back, it's worth addressing whether there's another relationship impacting her behavior. Example, your girlfriend shows less interest in physical intimacy with you. When you notice a significant drop in her affection, it becomes clear she's directing her attention and energy somewhere else. This sudden shift in behavior can...
Absolutely, especially if there's no... Like, sometimes there's a good reason for it. Humans aren't always ready to go. So people could be mourning. You might have had a death in the family, and they might take a few months to get over it and feel like they want to do something like that again. Fair enough. Could have health issues. They could have an injury, a broken arm, broken leg, sore neck, sore back, whatever happens. Like, you can't just expect it all the time. But if there's no good reason for it, and when you try to do it and it just seems like there's always an excuse, or it's you either push it out, I will do it tomorrow, or whatever it is, and they're going out and dressing up and doing stuff, or going out without being able to explain where they are in a sensical manner, or just over around just having dodgy energy aura around them, you know what's going on. They're either emotionally cheating with the man, which is, in my opinion, very, very hurtful to men. Engaging in giving all that intimate conversation, flirting, etc. to somebody else, leading up into the physical cheating. So I reckon that stuff's just as bad as the physical. A lot of women do that, and they don't even accept that they're doing it. But they're less available for physical intimacy. That's out of the normal. Some people don't bang heaps. That's fair enough, whatever. But if you're getting nothing for months and months on end, and you don't normally, maybe you get it every couple of weeks, or you get it every 1 week, or whatever, there's something going on. There's something going on. Either it's a symptom of them not liking you at all, not wanting to engage with you. I'm not saying they're always out cheating, but it could be a symptom of one of the earlier conversations about them just switching off on you. They're ready to bail. So those two go hand in hand, guys. Either she's out cheating on you and is going to keep stringing you along. So she might be she wants the excitement from another guy, but she'll string you along for paying bills, comfort, all that sort of stuff, maintain her lifestyle, which you might be accustomed to, or getting action from other guys and being a complete prawn star with them. Absolute filth. Alternatively, she's biding her time because she can't connect with you anymore. She doesn't like you anymore. She can't bring herself to even fake having sex with you anymore. She's about to bail on you. Might leave it there, guys. I think we've gotten what we wanted to get out of this video. All I can say is these are things that a lot of you guys already know who watch this content and consume content from any other creators. I'm not making this stuff up, clearly. This is stuff that's been going on forever. It's been going on for thousands of years. I think it's great now that men are becoming more aware. I don't mind Anna. When it comes to being a dating coach, I think she's the least dodgy, the least scammy out of them. Yeah, of course she's selling something. It's her business. But she's not like these other ones like Marnie and all that who are blatantly just ripping you off. There's some good pearls of information in her videos. And she does highlight some really bad behaviours from women. And that's why I've covered probably half a dozen videos over the last year of Anna Jorgensen. I think she's, if you're going to pick someone as a dating coach, I'm not saying do it, but I think you could get some good gems out of her. And I think she's a woman who's done all these things. That's how they know. And that's my critique of female dating coaches as well. They come across like they're all knowing, they're pure, they're trying to help you. They might be a bit motherly. Like this one comes across as a bit motherly, older sisterly. They've done it. They've done this to men. So that's how they know this stuff. And that's how they'll admit it. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. And appreciate your time.